Justin Bieber may have to say more than sorry for the music in his latest #1 single, as allegations of copyright infringement are surfacing. Claims that part of the song is lifted from an indie artist's 2014 track. ABC's chief business and economics correspondent Rebecca Jarvis has more on the music industry's blurred lines.
I'd like to be everything you.
He's one of the world's biggest artists, with hit songs like Boyfriend
If I was your boyfriend, as long as you love,
and As Long As You Love Me. But you know who's not loving him right now? Casey Dynell, an indie artist who goes by the name of White Hinterland, who has filed a copyright infringement lawsuit against Justin Bieber and producer Skrillex, alleging that the singer's hit song, Sorry, borrows heavily from her 2014 track, Ring the Bell. In a Facebook post, Dynell writes, "The writers, producers, and performers of Sorry did not obtain a license for this exploitation of my work." She goes on to say that her lawyers have sent Bieber letters in the past regarding the infringement, but that Bieber, quote, chose to ignore her. Now she says she's left with no other option but to sue. But tonight, Skrillex responding, tweeting this video.
Now take this, pitch it up 12 semitones.
Bieber later retweeting with hashtag We Don't Steal and hashtag Sorry. This isn't the first time that Bieber has come under fire for alleged copyright infringement.
Oh, Sam, show me what we taught you. Go ahead.
In 2013, he and Usher faced a $10 million lawsuit over claims that their 2010 hit Somebody to Love sounded too much like the identically named track by singer Devin Copeland. Copeland and songwriting partner Mario Overton filed the lawsuit saying Bieber's song closely resembles their version. But Bieber and Usher argue the phrase "somebody to love" is common in popular music and that the two songs aren't substantially similar enough to make a claim. A lower court originally threw the suit out, but that decision was overturned by a U.S. Court of Appeals. The case is still ongoing. And Bieber is in good company.
Who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters! Ray Parker's Ghostbusters theme song, nominated for an Oscar, earned him a lawsuit from Huey Lewis for its striking resemblance to I Want a New Drug. Eventually, they settled out of court. Singer Robin Thicke and producer Pharrell Williams found themselves in court after a lawsuit was brought on by the Gaye family over whether the artists in their song Blurred Lines ripped off Marvin Gaye's 1977 hit, Gotta Give It Up. Heard here on Soul Train. Thicke was quick to name Gaye as the inspiration in several interviews, including this one on VH1.
Pharrell and I went in the studio and, I had mentioned to him that one of my favorite songs of all time was Marvin Gaye's Got to Give It Up. So we tried to, get a little groove like that going. We really wrote the whole song in about a half an hour.
And Marvin Gaye's family seemed to agree in this interview on E.T.
Well, the first thing I thought it was one of my dad's songs, and I thought it was a remix, but it wasn't.
I took the two songs to a professional New York City music producer and instructor, Chris Preddy.
Check it out. This is the original one. And what I've done is I've queued it up to the parts where it starts. So the
Marvin Gaye.
This is the Marvin Gaye version. And hear what the beginning of Blurred Lines sounds like.
This is the heart of the argument.
You would have thought it was Blurred Lines.
And the jury must have thought so too. The jury awarded Marvin Gaye's family millions after determining that artists Robin Thicke and Pharrell Williams did indeed copy Marvin Gaye's music. A big upset to the defense.
Nothing detracts from the fact, as we know it, that the song Blurred Lines came from the heart and soul of Pharrell Williams and no one else.
I think this is going to lead any musician who's been inspired by another song
to think twice, because this is a big legal ruling.
Oh, won't you stay with me?
And then there was Sam Smith, whose song Stay With Me sounded like Tom Petty's I Won't Back Down.
No, I won't back down.
Take a listen to this YouTube smash-up of the two songs.
Oh, won't you stay with me?
Pitch Smith's chorus up a little, Petty's down, lay their vocals over one another, and voila. Yeah, you hear it now, don't you? Tom Petty's camp sure heard it. Smith admitting his hit did sound an awful lot like Petty's, and is even adding Petty and collaborator Jeff Lynne to the song's credits. Smith's rep saying, although the likeness was a complete coincidence, all involved came to an immediate and amicable agreement. A harmonious end to the latest high-profile copyright controversy. As for the Biebs, he has not yet returned ABC News' request for comment on the suit. The question remains whether or not Bieber will eventually have to say sorry to Dinell. For Nightline, I'm Rebecca Jarvis in New York.